The Pittsburgh Steelers are just responsible for just a massive change in the NFL that I want to highlight. And you're looking at recent years, the Steelers, they've gotten way more aggressive in free agency. I mean, that aggression didn't lend itself to the quarterback position. You're being held hostage by Aaron Rodgers. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm sure you guys are tired of it. But this aggression this year, it resulted in the acquisition of DK Metcalf. And that would surely satisfy many of your appetites for a free agent fix. But there's always some tinkering to be done with the process. And at the league owners meeting in Palm Beach, the Steelers' proposal to make free agency that much better, it ended up passing. And this was sponsored by the Steelers, and it's about free agent communication, a proposal passed at the league owners meeting. So what this proposal is, it's regarding contact with free agents, and it's during the negotiating window passed. It passed with some modification, but it's here on a 1-year trial basis. So now the result of that is that clubs can now have one video or one phone call with no more than 5 prospective free agents and to book travel upon agreeing to terms. So previously, what was the technical rule? I don't believe clubs were following it, but I'll get more into that. But before this, clubs could only have contact with agents, not players, until free agency officially begins 52 hours later after the quote-unquote legal tampering period, whatever that means. So a common sense change at a time when clubs are doling out billions of dollars to players they haven't talked to. This is really a meaningful change. And this is from what Tom Pelissero said. I have this up here. This really significant change to the free agent process is really telling because the truth is, if we're being honest and what we observe, a lot of the NFL's free agent deals, they're done way before free agency begins. And even before this quote-unquote legal tampering period begins, it kind of looks like a joke because we're looking at the NFL Combine and it likes to portray itself as what? As a pre-draft event that every single team needs to be a part of for this reason. But what's really happening is that, I mean, yeah, there's valuable data and information flowing from that weekend in Indy about prospective, draftees. But this is really when the cameras are off. The coaches, the GMs, the agents, and the players, they're all meeting in hotel rooms. They're discussing contract terms. They're discussing future destinations. And it's technically not legal, but this is happening. So the move to allow said communication, it adds a safety member for the teams that are already doing tampering. It kind of protects them. Or in my opinion, they're simply having the discussions that they should be having. Being able to actually talk to a player above board instead of just the agents in the shadows. So this is definitely happening because don't you guys think it's kind of ridiculous? Like the second the clock strikes noon on Monday of the legal tampering period every single year, that there's tons of deals immediately being announced. Do you really think these deals are done within the 30 seconds that free agency starts? That much is absolutely certain. So this is one step forward, having a more realistic policy, a more above board way that business is being done. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's a really good thing. And it's actually a really big thing that your Steelers were behind this, that you guys set this into motion. Kudos to you guys. So we have a little more time here for this video. Let's kind of talk about the fact that the Steelers are slated to play a regular season game in Ireland next season. Now, we haven't heard a lot about the specifics of this, but their opponent and the time that the game to be played, it hasn't been shared yet. And we're looking at news from the owners' meetings as well. It's brought forth a really possible option, and that's the Green Bay Packers. So what are we looking at here and why? Because the Packers, they just announced that they've been granted marketing rights in the UK, in Germany, and in Ireland. And that really stakes their claim on the European market. It's kind of a savvy move. But with that, there's now 5 teams with marketing rights for Ireland. And that includes the Jags, the Chiefs, the Jets, the Steelers, now the Packers. Now, knowing that the Packers have the rights, it kind of seems like it'd be a really easy decision, right? Have the Packers take the Steelers on in Ireland. Really fun. There's a lot of storylines there, right? Looking at the Steelers' home opponents, you've got the Ravens, you've got the Bengals, you've got the Browns, Bills, Dolphins, Packers, Vikings, Indianapolis Colts, Seattle Seahawks. So what does that tell us? These are home games. The Steelers are going to host a home game in Ireland. I just listed that these teams, they do not have the rights, the marketing rights for Ireland. So due to the Packers being the only team that's both a home opponent and a team with marketing rights in Ireland, guys, this is going to make the most sense. This is what's going to happen. The Packers are going to be the away team in this game in Dublin. So what does that bring? What does that bring to the forefront? Let's say it'd certainly be a big storyline, right? If Aaron Rodgers stops holding you guys hostage and actually signs his contract. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but if that happens, you're looking at a possible revenge game, right? That could provide a huge audience for this game. I think the NFL further actually wants that to happen. A lot of things happen if it's the league wanting it to happen, right? They might actually, I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist with how things happen in the NFL behind the scenes. You could very well, it's not a long jump as far as logic to think that the NFL would even put more pressure on Aaron Rodgers to sign with the Steelers just because of the big money that could be made by having this revenge game, this storyline happening during the first NFL game to be played in Ireland. I mean, that's for real. That's a real scenario. Could have a huge effect outside of the U.S. Most international games have been between not very good opponents, right? You've had the Jaguars playing in London all the time. They haven't been any good. And these games have also not really had a huge effect on the season as a whole. So if you're looking at this storyline of the Steelers playing the Packers and with this Aaron Rodgers effect, this kind of revenge game feel, man, that would be such a marketable game internationally and stateside. And all it takes is for Aaron Rodgers to sign on the dotted line to make this big thing a reality as far as promoting that game. And also it just makes sense that the Packers are going to be the opponent because they hold the marketing rights in Ireland, and that's super important. Why would a team want to play in Ireland if they can't make any marketing off of it? So that's really interesting. Once again, no confirmation on the date or the opponent for the game, and it's going to be at Croke Park in Dublin this fall. But with that being said, the Packers, they seem to be the most likely candidate for a game that could really, if this catches on, could really help to transform the possibility of the NFL taking off worldwide. There's already been some whispers about a possible European league for the NFL to be sponsoring or somehow be a part of it. I'd like to hear more details on that. That's super interesting. But yeah. Thanks for sticking with me for this video. Thank you for helping to grow this young channel up over 1,000 subscribers. So grateful to you guys. And I'm going to do you guys right. I'm going to continue to be here as an impartial view of the Pittsburgh Steelers football team on the daily. And yeah, good job on this proposal. I think it's really going to bring things above board as far as the free agent process, because everybody rolls their eyes every single year when these deals are brazenly done during a time that players and agents are restricted from talking to teams. It just makes sense. So you guys let me know in the message board comment what you think about not only Aaron Rodgers joining the team, but how cool this game could be if in fact that this happens. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.